from a dark and gloomy basement in the middle of Leeds. We're at Golaccio tonight and we've got some special guests. 3 of Apollo Junction, and we're joined tonight by Ben.
Yep, hello.
By Sam.
Hey.
And by Matt.
Don't remember. You did your best. You did your best.
I just said
to be honest with you, you could have just made a noise. I'd have agreed at that point. I'd have agreed.
It has got 4 letters.
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah, Ben's 3, Sam 3. Yeah, it's too many.
We're here to celebrate actually the 1-year anniversary of your second album, which was All In. We as a podcast came and visited and watched you guys do a gig around about this time last year at Warehouse.
Yeah, not far from here actually.
Yeah, far from here. So it was my birthday due, so we all went out and had a few.
What a depressing birthday.
It was good. Hey, we had a really good time, didn't we, Carl? It was a really, really good night. And thanks ever so much for joining us for this podcast. So, first things first, then, obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about the album, talk a little bit about Leeds and why you're here and everything else in between. But I think we should probably start with, I mean, the story behind you guys. I mean, how did you get together? Was it a match made in heaven? I mean, were you put together? You weren't Simon Cowell or anything like that, I don't believe.
Oh, God, no. How did you end up sat in the basement with us?
Well, there's a gun under the table. No, we've never really spoke about it before, but seeing we're on a big podcast, we may as well. It all comes back to when me and Matt met. What year was that, mate? 2000.
Don't worry about that. Carry on. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we met at college, me and Matt, and I mean, both of us couldn't. We just didn't fit in at all, did we? In college, mate. And we were. I would just sit at computer and play miniclip.com. Remember Miniclip?
Yeah.
Pool.
Yeah.
And Penguin Smash. And Matt was sat next to me, and we just got chatting because I put "What's the Story Morning Glory" by Oasis, the CD in.
What song?
Cast No Shadow.
Correct.
And I put it in the CD thing in the computer, headphones plugged in.
And I just had my birthday, and my parents had got me. It was the old iPod, you know, with the
wheel,
with the wheel and the 4 buttons.
Showing school.
Oh yeah.
Silence.
There you go. I had CD.
I
had the CD at home.
We know what that, don't we? Back in the days, we had an iPod.
Well, I am from Wetherby. But yeah, and I showed you because I was listening to Cast No Shadow, and then we were sat there chatting about music. And what was the? It was.
Well, we were both listening to the same song.
Yeah, right.
Which was really strange.
With headphones in.
Yeah,
I was
just gets chatting and whatever because
I had my headphones in, and he had his headphones in, and we were both listening to the same song. But then we started talking about Pink Floyd.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Was it Wish You Were Here?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then we got to leave.
Oh yeah, because we'd
got to leave.
We're both learning how to play guitar at the same time, so it's like, oh, I've got loads of confidence, lad, you know. And then we got up to leave, and then same shoes.
Exactly the same shoes.
Oh God! I
swear to God.
I exaggerate, you know, but this is God's honest truth. And we were like, there and then.
What shoes were they?
All right, okay.
Wait.
Secret.
No, on three, what shoes are they? 1, 2, 3.
White Adidas karate shoes.
The Yamachi ones.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I believe you. No need to lie about shoes. Let's go.
And then we released an album called All In.
So yeah, we're just making music since then, really. And Matt met Jamie. I don't know. I can't remember how you met Jamie. It was like.
Don't worry about that. Keep the conversation.
And yeah, you know, we were making a bit of music back in the day, nothing serious, just mucking about.
A few covers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and a couple of his own stuff.
We kind of pushed them all
we did
our own stuff.
What was the first song you wrote together then? Was it
a song called I Never Lie?
Right.
Yeah. 3 chords. Oh, you beside yourself. 3. So Sam likes his chords, you know.
Oh no! Sorry.
I was a guitarist at this time.
No, as in.
Do 2-chord songs all the time.
Hold on a minute. You mean Ben and me?
Yeah, together.
Ben and me. Oh God, no! Drivel. But like.
Well, I tell you what. We once performed at an open mic night, and we were so dire. We wrote an Oasis just released a B-side called "Don't Let Me Down," and we passed it off as our own.
I just thought you never get massive and then the South.
It was the B-side to Lila. It was the B-side to Lila.
Yeah. That was at the Grove, and I'm so we're playing thinking, I'm looking at someone in the crowd, like, looking at us like that, and I'm thinking, he knows.
He knows.
He knows, man, he knows.
Did it throw you off that, or did you soldier on?
Oh, yeah, we only
Take all
3
the
calls.
Don't let me down.
Oh,
Beatles. Did Oasis cover the Beatles? Was it a Beatles original? That?
No,
There's
there's
two different. Yeah, there is. Don't Let Me Down,
Right,
but then
okay,
there is another one by. But
Weren't you on bass back then?
I started off on bass, and then Ben was on lead guitar. But then, genuinely, we swapped because I wasn't tall enough to play the bass.
Yeah, like, I was a guitarist originally.
I was too small. But then many years went by, and Ben's family emigrated to Australia for a period of his life, and he wanted to go spend some time with his family, and that died. And then
They didn't die, my family's still
They're still here. They're still very much with us. But
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Sorry, but then I took that very grim, very quick.
He left it to the podcast to announce to the world.
And then Sam, we met, didn't we? And we started writing music together. And then when we all came back, we had a few bits of music, and we were in different bands. But I always knew, and we always knew, we'd end up together again. And then the band that Sam and I were in sort of clapped, didn't it? And Ben and the drummer Johnny,
I met Johnny,
if
yeah.
you're really sad, you'll meet him.
No, me and Johnny were making music. So we were making music, and then there was another bass player in there.
I mean, you say maybe,
That was
You were stealing.
that
You
was
were
working
stealing.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, well, that's what we.
Was he
all
better than you, Ben? Is that what it was?
did. Johnny?
Yeah.
Oh
Sorry, I mean,
no! No, me and Johnny were making music together.
Right. Sorry, no, the other
And
bass player.
well, you're the drummer, and he was the. I mean, he's the drummer. You're the bassist. They were making drum and bass
Got ya.
together.
Yeah,
at the
it
time.
wasn't working. And then obviously got a call from Matt or Jamie or
It was
Matt
me.
rang, yeah, and I says, you know what? Hold on a minute. Let's just get in a room and
Yeah.
start jamming, really.
Yeah, man.
And then
And,
we'd done Begin, which is off Mystery, the first album. And then Ben, we'd written these songs and recorded them. Ben sent a demo
for
CD
God's
to Steve Lamack, and it had Begin, a song called Place Your Bets, and a song called
No, it was just them two.
Endings. Carry on.
No, it was just.
No, it was 3.
Would have
It was
been
definitely
right,
3.
3.
Anyway, he'd sent it. Begin, Place Your Bets, Endings. Let's just say hypothetically, but because he's an idiot, he'd sent it and he'd written on the CD, Place Your Bets, Begin. You know what I mean? So Steve Lamack
forgot
goes,
which order
"The
that
song
first
is
was."
called Place Your Bets by Apollo Junction." It was Begin. Absolute bobbins. And he still plays this now.
played it, huh?
Oh, the Mac still plays
Yeah,
it.
played
He
it
plays
the
this
other
week.
day.
You know.
Alright, didn't you wrap in Spider-Man Christmas paper?
That was the trick. Because, no, it actually works. Because,
Don't give your secrets away. To
Oh,
the
it's too late,
professionals.
Sam. Sam's here to
Nice
reveal.
one, Sam.
Yeah, he's dishing the dirt. No, we Enemy or something like that. I was reading and it was saying his pile. He put a picture of this pile of CDs and it was just like bog standard envelopes, and I thought, I'm gonna send it in like something crazy, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, well,
So,
that's
something that catches your eye.
it
Trade
was
secrets.
like a Spider-Man
Everyone's going to be
bit.
sending stuff to Lamack in tinfoil and
Yeah,
that.
well, I just thought, and obviously,
Oliver
if you're not looking at pile of CDs,
He's going to be scared to go to the office.
You're just going to think, oh, but it'll be all online now. But
Yeah.
you know, but actually, was it the first song? We had a song called "Here Come the Zombies," a throwaway song.
Yeah.
That was the first song, wasn't it? Or was that the second one that I got on the radio?
Here Comes the Zombie second.
Tom Robinson.
That was Tom
played it.
Robinson.
And we were sat in Sam's flat, and we wrote both songs in Sam's flat, and they'd got on BBC Radio, and we were like, we've not even gigged.
You didn't know it was going to come on?
No.
All right.
We hadn't even gigged at this point.
We'd
We'd
not
never
even
done a gig.
gigged.
We
And
got
our
on the
first
radio
two
before we
songs
played that.
got on BBC, and you know, you see
That's
bands
it.
now.
It's
There's
mint,
so many
isn't it?
good bands
Yeah,
out
must have been
there.
desperate.
There's so many good bands out there who don't get on the radio. And we were sat there going, God, we're gonna have to gig, like, but we're gonna have to write some songs.
Did you at that point? Did you already know you were called Apollo Junction? 'Cause
No.
I've read that how you put the name together. Can you confirm that that's how the name came
That,
together?
what lie did we tell
So
you?
I've heard that you were playing a gig at the junction, at something, or doing some jamming
Okay.
at the junction.
Okay.
And you all loved.
So
Rocket.
that's kind of true.
Yeah, that is a bit true, actually. Yeah.
We were
You're just going to make it up, sir.
Do you watch? All right. Well, the truth is this: I went to go. I'm really sad. I like old war music. From like the Second World War.
Yeah.
So I like a guy called Glenn Miller. I mean, you like Glenn Miller, don't you? I mean, and brilliant. If you don't know Glenn Miller, it's when he goes. And he's got a song called
Junction.
No.
Tuxedo Junction.
I think that's Jules Holland, that's it.
Yeah, and I text Jamie going, Tuxedo Junction's cool, isn't it? And he said, yeah, but I don't like the tuxedo. It makes me think of 14-year-old kids in tuxedos pretending they're in a band. And then we were always thinking of other names. And there is a pub in Shipley called the Junction, so we always quite liked that. That is true. There is. And confirmed by the man from Bradford. There you go.
Not from. Lives
I've given the game away.
Bradfordist.
Bantams. Anyway.
So anybody who listens from Bradford, it's not the views of everyone. We were going through like Clubber Junction, Rocky Junction, Lang Junction, Creed Junction, Apollo Junction.
Yeah,
and then it just kind of went. But then, now this is the twist. This is the twist. We all agreed that Apollo Junction be our last band, right? And then when we actually kind of things started to kick off, it was this is mint, this is going really well. But it was always meant to be a bit of fun.
Yeah.
If you think about the film, Rocky has that choice, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Do I go fight Apollo?
Yeah.
Or do I just go back to being a debt collector?
Yeah.
So he was at the junction in his life. He was at his Apollo Junction.
I love
that. And so it all made sense. So we sat there going, it's perfect. It's the perfect band name. It is. And at some point in your life, you'll be at your Apollo Junction.
How much of that's true?
Oh, honestly, that is true. That is true. That's the truth. Yeah, but you will be at your Apollo Junction. You'll be like, do I do this podcast? Or do I not bother? Do I do this one? Tell me, or am I going to give up on it? Or am I going to face Apollo?
Yeah.
And I'm going to train for it, and I'm going to put the effort in that it's worth it, or am I not going to bother?
Yeah,
you might wish you'd not bothered by the end.
So what year is this?
Oh God, damn it. Tony Cuscum.
Ish.
We're in the 21st century. Yeah.
21st. Yeah, this millennium will do. Yeah. So how long you been together? Ish, do you reckon?
8 years. 8. 10?
Getting on for 9 to 10, I'd say.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, not as Apollo 2013.
Not as Apollo.
But yeah,
not as Apollo Junction, but we've probably been writing together for about 8 to 10 years. But as Apollo Junction, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know now.
I reckon.
Can't be 10
But when we formed, we all were like, just at that phase in life that everyone gets to know when you're like, okay, what am I going to do in my life, and that sort of thing.
You were at Europe.
Apollo Junction?
Apollo Junction. Yeah.
Hey, we might be able to make a meme out of this, after today.
Yeah.
Where are you in life? Are you at your Apollo Junction?
Yeah.
They could sell like energy drinks off the back of it and have kids fighting over it in supermarkets. And
This is all I've ever wanted.
It's all for the merch.
It'll be bigger than Prime, this drink.
Yeah. Go on, sorry, Ben.
No, I was going to say, we didn't really have a choice between two. We never pondered. Once that name hit,
It just made sense.
we all just went, yeah.
It's good that you and you sometimes know, like when you name your kids and that, you just know that that's the right name for them.
Yeah.
And somebody might tell you it's a shit name, but actually you guys know, yourself that it actually suits your kid.
You're trying to say it's a shit
name.
I
love it.
No, it's fine. Just come out and say it.
No, I love it, honestly.
It was that or the steam engines. We couldn't work on
the steam engines.
It's kind of like the name for our podcast. To be honest, we were spitting ideas and stuff like that, and I think it was Jay who actually came. What about something like Orta Know Better?
It's a great.
As a kind of
now and again, I come up with something that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
very rare.
It's very rare.
But it was kind of like, oh yeah, that's pretty quirky. And then one of them things that we kind of never thought that would kick off and do as well as it has done. But you guys, it was just like one of them natural things. Natural progression.
If you're good at what you do, things go well for you. So there you go.
So then,
almost right place, right time.
Moving on 6 sort of years-ish, you released Mystery, which was your first album. How did you feel how did you feel that went? Were you happy with the album? Did you feel? I suppose the question I'm getting at: did you feel the same about that as what you did with All In?
No.
At the time, it was alright. I think it'd been kicking around for
yeah.
You have to remember though that's
we recorded it 3 times at least.
No. Honestly, what Sam's saying is right.
Different producers every time, and basically just came out with this album, which
So Mystery in comparison to you've all said quite ominously that you agree that it's not. You didn't feel the same about the albums. You enjoyed doing Mystery, enjoyed making it and everything. But what was the major difference in terms of you guys? Why were you so much happier with All In? Sam?
I think we'd grown into our sounds by the time All In came out.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I'd say, and a little bit more mature. I think that's what I quite like the heavier guitarist,
Thanks, Sam. I've been wanting to write them for ages. Your keys have just been getting in the way. Thanks.
Having said that, there is some heavy tracks on Mystery. It's not.
Yeah, the sound. I was just going to comment actually. The sound between the two albums are quite different, but obviously, I mean, my preference is All In, and I love the name Apollo Junction, by the way, just to reiterate. But yeah, the sound between Mystery and All In is quite different. So do you think that's sort of lent more towards what you guys really wanted? Was the first album sort of led by somebody?
No.
Or
we've always written together. We always write together. We are 2020 throughout the whole thing. Yeah. But I think for us with Mystery, I'd say we had a different producer for Mystery. I mean, the same guy recorded Mystery and All In, but early days when we were doing our demos for Mystery, we were working with a guy called Jamie, who's ace, brilliant guy, but he was really dancey and like about the electro sound. Yeah. Then we moved, because Sam's a genius, to doing and some other recordings were done with me, weren't they? But we kind of did the recordings together on our
demos.
Our demos, we did our demos at ours, really, on our own personal system. So that we took it in house, really, before we then progressed it to recording it in the studio. So the final product is always produced by the same guy, Andy Hawkins, at Nave Studios. Brilliant. But those original demos were taken not in house; they were outside and done by a dancey kind of producer. So you got Begin. You got Born For Now, which are more sort of like.
I think that's why there's a lot more simps on it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't.
Did you feel it made it more personable as well? Because you potentially brought it in house. You sort of had more of your signature on it, if you like.
I never really thought of it like that, but maybe actually.
You had more. I think the demos were a lot more developed for the second album than they were the first. We kind of wrote them within the studio in the first album. Second album, we brought demos to the. Studio.
I mean, I can remember.
It's a lot more polished, I'd say.
I mean, I'm guessing we're going to go through songs, but when we'll come to Borderlines, I remember being in Jamie's house.
Jim, wasn't it?
No. Well, no, not for the chorus. The chorus was because we'd done a bit of work originally, and then we all got together in the evening, and I remember you being sat there going, "I've got this blues riff on some crappy, cheap." Keyboard I've still got in my bedroom. Like going,
there's a story about that one.
Yeah, just going like, oh, there's a brilliant story about that. Ask about that in a bit. It involves eBay. These two. Just tell the story. Go on, just tell the story.
Alright, here's the difference between Mystery and All In.
Go on then.
Here's one example, but no, actually not. It sounds like I'm down talking Mystery. We're all very proud of Mystery, it's debut album. But when the band first got together, we said, "Oh, we need X, Y, Z, equipment." So I was always on bass in Apollo Junction. So I need a bass guitar. Sam needs this particular synth. Right. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'll put some work into this. I'll have a look for him. He'll shop around as well. Blah blah blah. Do you want to continue it?
Well, and then I found it's a MIDI controller, I don't know, and I shared it on our WhatsApp and I said, "Oh, this looks good."
You didn't.
Why don't you tell us the true story? What happened, Ben?
I'm so sorry. If you want truth out of anyone, it's not from this young man here. It's from this man here. He will tell you the truth.
You did not share that.
I want to see what Tony's go on.
Go on. You didn't share it on WhatsApp.
Well, because that would define it then.
So I went on eBay and I found this MIDI, press beep 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 thing, right? Oh yeah, nice one. You know, it should be quite a lot of money that, but it's going for cheap. So you know, I'll bid, I don't know, 50 quid, whatever. It's winning. You know what I mean? And then oh, there's a couple of seconds to go. I'm going to get this steal, and then some. I don't know, you can swear on this podcast.
Basically,
someone beats me last second, but then it goes on for like another 10 seconds, and I'm going, well,
I'll give you a clue, listeners. Two dickheads were bidding against each other. Can anyone guess?
No.
Oh, no. He already told you in the WhatsApp group that he was going to bid on it.
Oh, it keeps going up, lads. And I'm just sat there in the periphery having no idea what's going on. All this synth's costing the band a lot of money. It's up to £158.
I went up and up and up.
It's worth about 60
This is the way Sam was going. Lads, I need it. I've got to bid again.
I'm not losing. I'm in now.
Meanwhile, the seller's going,
Yeah.
This bastard's not having
He's
this.
a seller.
So it gets to be a
Back to you two, I have got a keyboard.
Have you ended up with it?
That's the beauty of the band.
We got to the rehearsal
so
next day, and I was like, yeah, I've got this thing. I was like, oh, I missed out, mate. I was bidding on it. Oh no.
This bit's true, couldn't believe it.
When the penny dropped, I was like, oh
Christ.
Yeah.
Right. How much did you end up paying for it?
Oh,
I can't
was it
remember.
158?
It was a lot of money.
It was,
I
and that
paid
was
3 times over.
Oh, right, okay.
Christ.
And did you actually use it then in any part of your album?
well.
They dropped it.
Borderline Scottish.
No, that was a prank. Me and Johnny pranked it. He's got real expensive like keyboard, aren't you? Like
No, it's me.
Oh, do you mean?
When we pretended to drop it.
And I got Johnny on snare going. Oh, his face. Absolutely.
Well, I know, and they've actually dropped it, you know.
Years off his life, I bet.
So, Q&A time, guys. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Really?
How much did you appreciate?
More than that.
Alright, that's great.
So, question time and answer time. Cal, I'm sure you've probably got a couple of Q&As. Probably caught you off guard because you're stoned out.
Rock up.
I love that jump by the way.
Yeah, it's mint that.
It's class, isn't it?
Don't give him any
Have you got any questions for Apollo Junction? They're not going to be here forever.
Alright, okay.
Thanks for that. That's an existential thing. No. That's an existential thing I didn't even think about.
No, you will be here forever, but you're not going to be here forever.
One day we'll all die.
They'll be too big for us one day.
Of course.
They won't be meeting Apollo. They won't be meeting no,
that's it.
No, I swear
Chris
to God.
Moyles or something now here, won't it?
No, I swear to God. If we're fucking making massive.
So, the universe is constantly expanding. Due to the laws of entropy, will that eventually collapse in itself? Rendering human existence.
No, that wasn't the
pointless.
question.
Anyway, Carl, over to you.
Carl's from Mayo. Carl, can we have a question from Mayo?
Quick fire, best five-a-side team, Leeds United, that you would go with.
Alright.
Go.
He's gone rogue.
I think he stole your question.
He's gone rogue.
Carl's absolutely off.
Don't even
Hold on. Martin or Lucas?
Derailed this all.
Do you mean there's a band or have we got one each to pick up? Well, my Sam was buggered all about football.
Martin or Lucas?
I'm Elliot, to be honest.
Martin.
It's got to be Martin.
Oh, you can't tell me.
Sorry, I'm not in the band anymore.
Go.
It's got to be Martin.
Go on. Yeah, it's got to
And
be
then
Martin.
best defender, unfortunately, has
Best
to be.
defender,
It's got to be
Leo.
Lucas.
Lucas.
No, not really.
You've got
No, it's five-a-side. So I'll go with
gotta be.
Pablo Hernandez has got to be in there for me.
Yeah.
Over who?
Let's go with a striker, quickly striker.
Over Decor?
I'd probably pick Viduka as a striker.
One more player.
Right, so there's my core squad.
This is all types of nonsense. This.
No, it's not.
One more
Yeah, that's what I'm
player.
saying. I've got a good spine.
One
So
more player.
Now I
Anyway.
need a player who can play anywhere.
Who's in goal?
It's got to be Lebo.
Batty?
Lebo.
Dave Batty? Dave Batty would not leave anything on the pitch.
Yeah, but we're talking five-a-side. It's different, isn't it?
Clyde Wynard.
Like Judas.
No, I think we need. No, Rio's in my squad. Martin, who have we got?
Martin, Rio.
You've got Viduka.
Oh, you got 2 more players. You need a midfielder.
No, I put Hernandez in there.
Yeah.
Hernandez. One more player to play anyway you want.
Do you know what?
Go on.
Controversial.
No.
He's going to say cancer.
He's
No,
not.
I'm going to say. Rafinha.
That's a very current team.
He's
Shall we pick one really, really quickly between us? Goalkeeper,
Got to be mine.
defender,
Woodgate.
midfielder, Batty, striker. Any striker from Leeds.
I go Vecchio just for the crack.
And then Sam, you finish it off.
We've lost.
We've already lost on penalties. Just for the crack.
To be fair, Becchio put
Between us,
some
we could pick a.
I think Dallas should get in this team because he runs his heart out. You know?
Another
Dallas gets in.
I'm
player between us.
going to go Samuel Saiz.
I'm not.
But I'm controversial.
Alioski plays everywhere.
I'm going to go. The cunt.
Oh.
Well, yeah,
No, worse than that.
Smith.
Worse than that.
Judas.
Oh, Harry
He
Kewell.
was the best player we ever produced.
Oh, hold on a minute. What about set piece? Ian Hart.
Ian Hart.
Everywhere else.
Anything else? It can't do anything else.
Any more questions? Right, come on.
Go on.
Give me a question.
That was this
Q&A. Come on then.
Come on, Jay.
Come on, Jake. They're here now. They're
They're all passing it on from each other, aren't you? Oh, go on, Jeff. Go on, Steve. You take it. All right, Brian. I've got it. Go on, over to you.
I don't know. I'm the Jeff.
This is
Don't go
This is
back.
an answer from each of you. If you could see any band from any time live,
The Beatles.
Ooh.
The Beatles.
Beatles.
It's got to be the Beatles.
Sam.
Who else?
No, but wait, because the Beatles back in the day was
I'd just pick the Beatles.
I like the Rolling Stones. But
That's it. Great shot.
I've seen him so many times, but probably back in the 60s, 70s.
Ben,
Hey, would you?
anybody you want?
anything.
I'd probably pick Prince and his guitar.
Nice.
You used scoring though.
Yeah, I did.
You
But
haven't. Somebody you haven't
Oh,
seen.
is it the last
Oh,
time?
you haven't
I
seen.
haven't
Somebody
seen.
I'm somebody I haven't seen. Sorry.
Imagine the bragging rights. Hendrix.
I'd probably
I
go
would
with
stop.
Bob Marley.
No,
I'd like
Jim Morrison.
that's
There's some great shots.
Do you know what?
Great shots.
Imagine saying I watched the
Freddie
Beatles in the
Mercury.
cupboard. The Beatles in the
Oh
cupboard.
man, honestly.
The
Ball
Beatles.
straight. I'd probably go with like some.
Elvis.
No, I'd probably go on a Pittsburgh studio nights.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm
like-
gonna. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of bands,
Oh,
but you
yeah.
know what probably
That's
the
a
most
good shout.
out there one
To
is
the
that I
Motown
never thought I
Brass.
would ever see
Yeah.
that were Ace.
Gladys Knight and
Fucking
Pitts.
James
Yeah, stuff
Brown
like that.
at
Yeah,
Leeds.
that's, yeah.
It must have been
Yeah.
80
Mandarin
years
and
old.
the
He
Vandellas.
didn't give a fuck, he was just going
That
for
kind of
a
stuff,
race.
Right then, if we're going to put together a super band, not including any Apollo Junction members,
No point.
if we're going to put together a super
Never
band,
make the cut.
between you, you've got to agree on first of all a drummer. Who's the drummer?
It's got to be John Bonham, surely. Or Keith
Georges.
Moon.
No, I'd say
John
Mick
Bonham.
Fleetwood.
Oh,
No,
We're gonna get-
there's no agreement
Hold on,
here.
Sam,
John Bonham.
you're the caller.
Led Zeppelin. Keith Moon, the Who, or Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah, but when you watch Mick Fleetwood live,
It's got to be
No,
John
no.
Bonham, hasn't
John
it?
Bonham! Done. Right, let's have a bass guitarist.
Ben, it's got to be Ben.
John Paul Jones.
Oh, John Entwistle. Surely from the Who.
Flea.
I'd say
Okay.
It's McCartney.
It's got to be Paul McCartney,
It's
hasn't
got to fucking be McCartney.
It's got to be Paul.
But
Or
did he
Sting.
actually play anything that was that hard to play?
On babe.
Are you
One
fucking
of the
for
other,
real?
that's pretty
What
hard.
about
And
Flea?
he's.
He said Flea, didn't he?
I said Flea.
He said Flea.
He
No,
said
Paul
he
McCartney.
said Paul
Oh,
McCartney.
yeah, I agree with
No,
Paul
I
McCartney.
won't say what good.
Well,
I'm just
come on,
saying, was
bass
any of it
player.
complicated?
Yeah,
Was it
but-
technical?
Okay, moving on.
Who have you picked there?
Paul McCartney.
Deacon
Oh,
from
okay.
Lead guitarist.
It's got to be George Harrison. There's
No,
no.
we've got McCartney in though.
Yeah, but George Harrison, have you heard him play?
Yeah.
It was off the
better.
charts. Who?
Who's better than George? What, like from the rhythm or like?
Anybody.
The lead guitar.
But the band
Slash wasn't
Slash,
there.
yeah, but Slash won't work
Slash
with
would be
McCartney,
the best
would it?
guitarist in Guns N' Roses.
Most famous, yeah, on a Gibson.
What about Rory
Martin
Gallagher?
Knopfler, not Martin Knopfler.
Exactly.
Mark
Yeah.
Knopfler.
Oh, fucking
Mark
Well,
Knopfler
Jim-
from Dire
Jimi
Straits.
Hendrix?
No.
Oh, Johnny Man. Yeah, but would they work?
You're not having Jimi Hendrix as your lead guitarist in an all-time
Would
band.
that
it's not
work?
about him.
Yeah, but
Overrated.
would
No,
that
they
work?
don't have to be in a band. I'm talking about the best ever. I'm talking about your dream.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
but
know
they
what it
wouldn't
is?
always work. They wouldn't click.
Right.
I am not talking about clicks. I don't give a fuck about it.
So you just want the
I just want your favourite, the
No,
best.
but that's not favourite and the best is very different.
George Harrison.
Who's your favourite footballer ever?
It's very different.
Name.
Who's your favourite footballer
David
ever?
Batty.
Who's the best footballer ever?
David Batty.
He moved you right off there.
Oh, yeah, boy. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
But
It's very different.
Okay, so who are we going with?
Okay, well, in terms of best,
Oh,
or
yeah,
favourite.
guitarist.
So the best drummer ever is.
No,
what's
we're
his-
still
no,
going
no,
with
no,
guitarist.
no,
Guitarist.
We're on guitarist now.
George Harrison's the best guitarist ever.
Nah.
Gary Moore.
Day
It's got to be Gary Moore.
Johnny Marr?
I love
Johnny Marr?
Johnny Marr is a shout and a half. Actually.
Johnny
John
Marr.
Squire or Johnny Marr?
John Squire's yes.
John Squire and Johnny Marr.
So who are we going with, guys?
We're going to go both of them. We're taking both. We've got to have both.
No, you've got one guitarist.
No.
You've got one guitarist. You've got one lead guitarist.
Johnny Marr.
Johnny Marr?
Johnny Marr.
Yeah, go on.
Johnny Marr. We'll go with Johnny Marr then.
Richard Ashcroft is vocaling.
No.
Come on, it's got to be Richard Ashcroft, hasn't it? He's fucking ace.
I'd take it.
Yeah.
We've done drums, we've done bass,
Sorry,
guitar.
lead singer.
It's got to be Richard Ashcroft.
I agree.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Ashcroft.
There we have it.
Super group, man. Super group.
It's got to be Richard Ashcroft, isn't it?
Any more questions?
Hopefully this doesn't damage too many ears.
Ladies
He's going to kick our balls.
and gentlemen, any more questions?
No.
From Apollo.
Be sure.
What can we look forward to? What
We've just released Perfect Plan, which is ace, and we've got half the album written, recorded, ready to go, which are gonna keep coming out. But just get behind us, please. We appreciate it. You know, we are 5 lads from Leeds,
And we're still DIY.
Yeah, we're DIY. We need your support.
The label is us.
Everybody.
Where can they find you, lads? Socially wise, like where?
You Google it, you can find us.
There's not many Apollo Junctions knocking about. Have you met yours?
No, but what I will say is,
What a plug, like.
we're not asses, you know. We're down to earth, genuine people, and
I'm not bothered.
you know, you message us, we'll message you back. And our fan base are a bit, you know, they're a family out there, which is great, really, that we've brought our fans together. But anybody can just become a fan, and that's it. You know, and we've got a great backlog now of songs.
Yeah.
So and you know, and it's not stopping.
No.
You know, we're going to keep putting
You're
music
only in terms of bands. You're a relatively young band. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not.
I'll take that.
You know, no. Like I mean, most of you are probably a little bit older than me, but like you're still pretty. So you still know, like in terms of the age of a band, like you've been together what 10 years ish.
Yeah, we have.
No, it's 2022 now. The music industry is shit. There's a lot of shit out there. There's no proper bands for me.
Yeah, but MySpace is coming back.
Finally. We all hope to
When I look at music now, and I look at what the kids are listening to, it's not music for me. And you know, we rely on people like you guys, and you know,
Proper
flying the flag for a proper band.
Can I ask you a football question then?
Of course you can.
So, no Leeds bias. Who's your ultimate 11 of all time? And you can let. But you can let the pass. So you can be like Lev Yashin in there. You don't need to know it all. So I'm guessing neither of us particularly saw Maradona in his pomp, but we recognise it.
And Pele.
Yeah.
But you mean people who we've seen?
So
No lifetime.
what would be? You can either have a 4-4-2.
So yeah, thank you ever so much for that bit of a build up as to how you guys got together, a bit about mystery in there as well, and we are going to come on to a little bit more about All In. But I think my mate Smarty here has got a couple of quick questions that I would like to ask you before we do move on, if that's all right, chaps.
Yeah.
So, can you remember the first time you played to an audience, and how did it go?
Well, that's the we said, wasn't it? That open mic night.
No. What about the Fenton when you and I played together?
Oh yeah, our first gig. Jamie was there, wasn't he?
Jamie. I was in the old band. It was us.
Yeah.
And we finished our first song, and Sam clapped with me, and Ben will do the impression of the person in the background. Are you ready? Okay.
You shit.
So that was but our first gig together.
that was our first one. But I thought you were going to say before then, like an idiot. You know, when I'm on my deathbed, right, and I look back, I'm going to go, luckily there's not many things I regret, but there is this one thing.
I don't know where it's going here.
And I get on the mic, I invited a few of my mates round, a few of my mates down, you know, from the street.
Good.
Everyone, it's our first gig. So we want to make it a big thing. Let's blow the roof off.
No, you didn't say that though. What did you actually say, Ben? You said, "Let's fucking have it." Didn't you? Yeah. He went. Let's fucking have it. And what wasn't turned on?
My upwards.
It's just like ding, ding, ding.
But our first gig at the event
I'm
was.
cringing now. I'm out.
Do you know what though? The thing with it is that it goes back to what we said earlier. Because we got the radio playing, we got all the exposure before we even played a gig. Actually, our first gig was really fucking good, wasn't it? I mean, like.
Apollo Junction's first gig.
Yeah, that whole place gig. We had like a private and personal gig. I mean, we've had some disasters since then, but it was really good, wasn't it? I mean, we got all of our like nearest and dearest round. We were like, we're gonna do a live show here. And Sam is a genius, and I cannot understate. No, don't put yourself down. I cannot understate how amazing is Sam.
Oh, he's class.
He's a genius. He can program all this stuff.
He's a great.
No, there's no joke. There's no joke. There's no joke. He is absolutely brilliant. He's programmed all of our sets, so all of our sounds are perfect and everything. I mean, we do sound incredible. Like live, we do sound absolutely incredible. It's down to you.
We can vouch for that. To be fair,
but it is down to Sam. I mean, in all seriousness, it is. And so our first set, like most of my friends were like there. I didn't say my people then. most of my friends were like, my people. Heavens to Murgatroyd, what the hell was that? They're like, and I'm like, well, yeah. But I mean, Sam is amazing, and yeah.
We've stumbled our first gig
from there, haven't we?
Well, have since then, but. We do sound really good live from the stand.
How did it actually make? I mean, you've obviously done the gigs and you did the little gigs and you did the open mic nights. Now, how did it feel when you were an established band called Apollo Junction and actually stepping out on a stage and actually having a crowd knowing the words to your songs and actually dancing and enjoying themselves?
I don't think you can put it into words, can you?
Do you know the first time I thought that happened is when we probably released Mystery on CD. At Wardrobe, but the CD came, actually.
Remember it? I don't.
The CD came out way before the vinyl. How long did that take?
It's been a year.
A year, and it was way before COVID. So, but yeah, that was the first time we'd done well in Wardrobe. So what's Wardrobe capacity? 300, 400? I don't know.
I think it's 500.
It's 500. Yeah.
Is it not big, that place?
I don't know.
If you shove everyone in.
That was the first time we thought, oh wow, yeah, we've done festivals. We were lucky
Bingley
enough
and
to
that,
do.
Yeah,
Bingley, and that was a great experience. And
Isle of Wight
Fest,
and all that.
So we've done big.
Kendall Calling.
We've done big festivals and got a good crowd behind us. Yeah. But you always I don't know, me personally, I always look back at your hometown and how big's that, you know. Yeah.
Because you'd been on the radio first, did you feel more pressure to sound really good?
Yeah. Well, we were going to London, you see. We were going to London and all big boys were there.
Yeah.
We sort of thinking, and do you know what? We can say this as a band carry, disagree if you want, but we weren't ready.
Oh, well, yeah.
We still don't think we are.
But we were getting, like management from Muse and these big dogs coming down, and actually we were nowhere near ready. We
were watched by the manager of Muse. When we weren't even a band ready.
Yeah.
I mean, if they came to watch us now, it'd be a very different story. But by the time, even if they came at the end of Mystery or when it was done, but like genuinely, we had the manager of Muse sat in that room when we were nothing. When we were going, I got some chords. What do you think of this? It's like that was it. That was honestly, it's never happened the way it should happen.
Did you get any feedback from?
Well, she walked out the door. You shit!
She was a girl in a polite way.
Actually, she was lovely, but she just said you weren't ready yet, and you know what? We weren't.
But
we weren't ready.
We've done so many.
Did you think you were?
We thought 100%.
You thought you were shit, did you?
No,
we weren't shit. No, we were not.
Did you think you were the shit?
Did you think you were the
No, because we were panicking. We were really panicking.
I'd been away for 3 months.
It sounds like he did, but these didn't.
No.
He'd taken a 3-month holiday, being like, yeah, I'm going away because it was something that it would work for him, and like it was like, oh, it's all good, it's all chill. Yeah. And like, if
And
the
then we
manager
just
of
get-
Muse was coming out to watch you, you
We
wouldn't be
just
going.
kept getting played
I
on
landed
radio.
back in London after having 3 months away in India, and straight into that gig before I even got back to Leeds. So yeah.
Did you feel a lot of pressure? Did they know that this manager was coming?
Yeah.
So
But-
like,
Oh, right, okay, so that would have made it twice as bad
Yeah.
playing up there.
I mean, this is just one occasion. There've been so many occasions we have done that journey back from London, and you just go. I mean, now I just go, well, fine. We've got a fan base, we've got a core fan base, everything's fine.
sorry about that. That's my fault.
I was going to say actually.
You're all right there, mate.
I just remembered that I haven't pressed play on the music. These guys have all done everything else, and I'm like, fuck, I haven't pressed play on the music.
One job, mate, one job, man.
One job.
Well, you know, you should always remember.
But Apollo Junction.
I've just come to my Apollo Junction in life. I don't think I'm made for podcasts anymore.
No, but we've done that journey back, and you know, I can speak on behalf of every single band. It doesn't matter what level they are, you know, big as Oasis or whatever.
Where's this going?
But no, but how many bands have done that journey? You know, going.
Yeah.
It's really hard, and it's easy to think, oh, Apollo Junction are going great, but we really have put years of legwork into them gigs, and that's just one example. But when you go back and say, were you ready for it? And being on the radio, I suppose it was a different path, like you said, you know, and we were going into these gigs thinking, oh, we're great, we're on radio, but live is a completely different ballgame.
We haven't played enough gigs, you know.
No.
Here's a question then. Would you prefer to hear yourself live on air or playing gigs? Where do you feel more proud? Which are you more proud of?
Oh, gigs.
Oh, gigs.
Yeah.
Because it's about
That's
that.
us, yeah.
It's about the interaction with
Personal,
the band.
isn't it?
I mean,
Wicked.
I prefer to do this
Yeah.
than be played on the radio because it's about like you obviously enjoy our music and that's touching and like and we're not here to just fill a schedule. Do you know what I mean? Like it's nice that you know.
Yeah, wicked. Anything else from us before we go into a bit of all?
Carl, have you got any questions?
I've got one more.
Go on.
What's it like when you cross that line from where you're sending your stuff to everybody, like desperately trying to get them to listen to you, to suddenly people ringing you and they're like, they want a piece of you, like, come on lads, we want you to come play here. Or
It's a
we
bit
want
weird.
to sign you.
It's a it's a bit weird, and this. I hope this doesn't make me sound like a knobhead, but it's really hard to now and again because there are people who you think, oh, I'll never do that, and there are people who you think, oh, 100%, and you know, and it's about being humble enough to go like, do you know, that's not for us right now, but not being a dick
Don't
about
burn
it,
bridges.
but just not being rude, you know, like, and certain people think we're massive and they think like, and you're like, well, we're not, in our heads we're not there, and some people think we're nothing, and in our heads we're not there. So it's about like just treating people the same and with dignity and just being nice, really, and that is
It's a
it.
good outlook.
With that one, like, obviously you're going playing festivals and stuff like that. Do you prefer to play like big tent festival kind of venues to where you played in the Wardrobe, where it's just like intimate and you can kind of nearly feed off?
You'll split the band here.
Oh right, okay.
I think you'll split.
No, you probably will, yeah.
Because certain people love the big thing,
Yeah.
and then
I prefer the smaller thing.
I prefer the smaller things personally.
There we go.
I like because I bought a really long cable just so I can get out, jump over the top, and get in the crowd. I just want to be like with the fans and those people who are there are just like a part of it, and I proper believe in it. Do you know what I mean? Like feel it.
Well, we've started doing acoustic gigs, haven't we?
No.
And that's in
Yeah.
tiny, like in a shed, you know what I mean? And that's when everybody can get closer.
Yeah,
Oh, the
it's-
shed ones are great.
They're the best. Like when people, you know, when you're like literally
Too many beers.
here and people are singing, and that's just.
I'm like that, mate. Get a mask on.
Don't be sneezing near me, cop.
Now
Where's my stage show? Where are my fireworks?
do you get like quite, you know, obviously you said you've got like your core fan base and stuff like that. Have you started to recognise people like your hardcore fans?
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
Well, there's one thing in all credit to the band, we reply to nearly every comment going, and we'll answer any DM, and we always say, you know, like we put a post up there now and again. If anyone wants to talk, you know, anything.
Christmas Day.
Yeah. You know, if anyone wants to, like Matt on Christmas Day, give up some time and just like I'll speak to some fans, you know.
If anyone's on their own at Christmas Day, we agreed that we'd do it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'll do the first year. You know, like if anyone needs someone to talk to on Christmas Day because they're on their own,
you know,
we'll give a call.
We are all human, and we believe that. You know?
Yeah, Luke's very big advocate for mental health and stuff like that, and people being on their own. So it's really good to hear that you take time out of your day for. Especially Christmas Day as well, like, you know,
that's why we recognise the fans, because we just speak to them, and you actually realise, which you actually think, you know, I mean, people write to us and they'll say, actually, I can speak on behalf of these people, you know, they can say, your music really got me through this tough time, and actually, you know, there's some songs in that album that got me through a tough time. So it's like I can actually relate to that, and it's my music. So it's, you know, it'd be rude not to reply. Our music.
What just happened there?
Well, I don't know. We get a light and we'll put it closer to you. So
Sam, Matt, you can go now. I think
we get off?
Right then, let's move on. This time last year, I don't remember the exact date, Ben, neither did you when I asked you.
November the 11th, wasn't
November the 11th last year.
12th, day before your birthday.
November the 12th. Released All In. And obviously you guys really proud of that, which you should be. Let's have a little bit of a talk about All In, the track list, how you came about, and as we've already mentioned, you know, your style changed slightly, and you know, it was a little bit more personable because you brought it all in house. So yeah, tell us a little bit about All In, what your thoughts were on it, I suppose, and why.
About the album.
Okay. Should we start with? Do you want us to go track by track? How do you want us to go?
Well, just give us a bit of an overview first of all of the album. Why you started writing it, and why the name first of all as well. I suppose
you came up with the name.
I did come up with the name actually. Get that right on me.
Pass it the
yeah, the name.
What's
What's the name about? Because it's not obviously it's not a self-titled album.
All In. No, we pondered the name after all the songs really, but when people ask me, I'll just say, look, we actually did put everything into this.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of it was written and recorded in lockdown. You know.
Yeah.
And we all went through some sort of shit at some point as a five, and we put everything. We put everything in this record. Yeah. You know, and when it was finished, we weren't drained of everything. We all felt like the bee's knees, and it was weird having all these songs. I was like, you know, you'd be walking through the street thinking, God, nobody's heard Forever, for example, you know, and you think, God, we've just wrote it, you know. And the album is, that's why we called it All In.
You just thought we were all in, really. Yeah, I'm struggling.
So basically, in a nutshell, you were all in.
Yeah.
Well, it's also a great phrase, you know.
I think
it is,
because at the time we weren't doing gigs when it was mid-pandemic, you know what I mean? So it was like we were massively on the social media, and that's why everybody around us was sort of hearing about us, because you know we'd never really spent time on social media before.
Which is why we picked a bus.
Get everybody on the
and
bus.
then everyone's all in the bus. And then it's Northern National, and that is the same number plate as. Do you like the Beatles?
Yes.
So Abbey Road.
Nice.
And then do you like Be Here Now?
Giving away secrets now.
That's a good secret.
No,
that's the same number plate. Same number plate.
I want to hear this.
So the Be Here Now, the limo that's coming out of the pool, because of Keith Moon, that's got the same number plate. So we picked that.
Interesting.
And then we just thought it was a cool image.
It's a little Easter egg.
It is a little Easter egg.
Yeah.
I like it.
Like Easter eggs, man.
I think as well. It goes back to what Ben said. I don't think we could have given this album any more. And you know, and it's symbolised by this song really. You know, we belong together now. This is our forever.
It got to number 3 in the iTunes charts, correct?
Yeah.
Indie ones.
That's some achievement.
The indie charts, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, we'll move on. First track then, Light Up the Sky on the album. Who wants to give us a little bit of a rundown on that? And
I will, but it's only to praise these two.
Okay.
So which is sickening for me. So I've been going on that we started gigs. Well, because normally we don't have a sound guy. We've got our own sound guy now, he's mint. But beforehand we didn't, and I was like, we need a song that gives the sound guy time to tune in to make sure, you know, he can get everything right. So we need a piece of music, and then these two wrote this piece of music, which is now Light Up the Sky. And you did, didn't you? Sounds a bit like...
We were jamming in the rehearsal
Yeah,
studio.
yeah.
And it was Johnny as well in all
Spirit in
fairness.
the Sky.
Spirit in the Sky, and what's the other one?
Ray Manzarek with the key. I don't know, it was all the keys weren't really, that's what I remember.
But
you were jamming around on your bass, weren't
And
you?
Johnny in all fairness.
yeah, no, and Johnny, he's not here.
It was a sit
I'm trying to be nice to you. He's not here.
Hey, if you don't want to turn up to the session,
No,
you don't get the praise. Take it, Ben.
Matt,
Take it.
Matt programmed his drums.
So I was writing Johnny's drums at the time. Well, I was drumming it, really, wasn't I? And
Left hand, one-handed.
it's not hard, is it? But these two had this jam, and it sounds a bit like Spirit in the Sky, yeah, by kind of Doors, kind of not Chords, Doors by, and then we just ended up writing this brilliant song, didn't it? I think I came around to yours, put that guitar down, the little guitar, and then it just.
We wanted it to be heavy, didn't we?
It was only going to be, like quite a heavy song.
Yeah.
No vocals.
Yeah, it was meant to be no
initially there were no
vocals.
vocals.
It was that was the whole point.
Instrumental,
It's very blues. It's very
100%.
blues.
And then
you know.
Jamie
Like
walked
Swamp
in.
Song.
Yeah, and then Jamie walks in and I went, oh, this thing, and he goes, one foot in front of the other. I walk with you, and I was like, well, we were like, that's it then, isn't it? That's the song. And then Jamie and I sat in his conservatory and wrote the chorus, and then that was it.
And with all credit to Jamie, every time we go, God, this should just be music, he goes, yeah. And then he comes back next day and goes, I wrote the melody for this. And that's what you want your singer to do.
The whole like, don't doubt it, you better believe it was. You had the and I had. It sounds absolutely nuts. I got an email from Wayfair or like something like that, and it said discount. What was it?
I remember this.
Discount, you need it. Yeah. And I went to Sam and I went, discount, and he went, like, you need it. That's it. And it's like, don't doubt it, you better believe it.
That's what it was called for about 6 months.
You better believe it.
And it just came from literally an email that I'd got from like.
So it's a tale of a man and his junk mail.
Yeah, genuinely. I know it sounds daft, but yeah. And I just said, what was it? It was outlet. You need it.
Yeah.
Outlet. We need it. That was it. It was outlet. We need it for ages. Nice. Outlet. You need it. Hey.
And then I must admit, in the rehearsal room when Mac just came in with that guitar, like, down. Do you remember that time in Ilkley when we filmed video?
No.
What?
No.
Don't remember.
Are you off?
Oh, the cold time.
We're freezing. This guy, right? I swear to God, it does not feel the cold. This guy. And he goes,
we didn't
we're
use it
going
for
to
that.
film it.
We used it for porcelain in the end.
We
did
initially
re-record it.
we filmed the video for Light Up the Sky, right? So he took us on Ilkley Moor. This guy stood on this rock.
Did you have an hat on?
Sunrise. Yeah, I did.
When was it last since I saw thee?
But I looked at him on one rock, and you know, when you drive past Ilkley Moor, you see him 2 rocks. He's on one, I went to that, I looked at him and just went,
What did you say?
It's fucking bolted!
Honestly, there's a video of me just pissing myself.
He had a drone, and they were like, if you wear this, take your hat and gloves off. And we're like, they were absolute. Come on, what a mental day.
Got some woman walking a dog going around going, "You're shit!" Well,
She follows us everywhere.
We had to say to him, do you mind I'm filming the music video? They look at you like, but it's 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, great song.
And that song's just about, you know, honestly believing in yourself. This whole album, the whole of all, and kind of follows that theme, but it's about, you know, believing in yourself and being proud of who you are. And, you know, at the time, the country had gone nuts on it, and it was and this is why I believe we have that fan base, because they believe in what we're kind of saying, which is, you know, you can do it. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, you can do it, kind of thing. You know, light up the broken sky. You know, silence the morning light. You know,
I'll let you know an exclusive. These two wrote this Irish middle eight. Remember that Irish middle eight? We cut it out. I mean, it had to be cut out actually because it's a bit. But at the time, you'll have to dig that out. That it will like. in the song.
Can't like that.
An Irishman fell into a fortune and he bought himself a gold.
Oh, listen, but it fit perfectly. You know, but you can still hear it, can't you?
What is the middle line?
It's still very Irish.
Unfortunately, it was at this point the laptop recording the audio died, and the remainder of the interview was lost to posterity. Not to fear, we'll look to get back together again and finish the job properly. With thanks and congratulations to Apollo Junction, and to Luke, Smarty, Jay and Carl for doing the interview, and me for sorting out the morass of recordings afterwards. Thanks for watching. Go like and subscribe to the Orta Know Better podcast and to Apollo Junction.